It is time to celebrate the best, the cream of the bunch, I don't know. I'm just making things up here, making analogies for this thing. We're just going to talk about the best of the best. What was the best movies of 2024? And I'll tell you what, this was actually a harder list than I actually anticipated that it would be. There was so many that I wanted to put on this list that didn't make it, and I changed my number 10 multiple times, and I was like, I got to come up with a list. I just got to pick one. So this is going to be mine. Remember, it's my opinion. I want to know yours though in the comment section. So let's get to mine. Number 10, Kinds of Kindness. Now, I absolutely loved this film. I thought this film was fantastic. What I love is it's so unique in the way that it was told because it's three different type of stories all into one movie. And I like that idea and that concept. And each story was fantastic. I loved every single story in it. And I never felt bored. And I felt like this is actually just something very different and unique that I have not experienced at the movie theater. And I thought Yorgos absolutely delivered on it. Emma Stone is fantastic. Jesse Plemons is fantastic in this. William Dafoe is fantastic. Margaret Qualley is fantastic. I mean, Kinds of Kindness is just really, really, really freaking good. It's funny. It's horror. It's got everything. And I had a good time with it. So for me, number 10, Kinds of Kindness. Number 9, My Old Ass. I really enjoyed this film quite a lot. It has a lot of deep themes running through this movie that when I was watching, I was like, oh, wow, that's actually, that's actually kind of true. So I really, really enjoyed that. And there was moments in this film where a line of dialogue hit you on a personal level and on a deeper level where you kind of made you think about life in general. Aubrey Plaza is absolutely superb in this movie. She's at her hilarious best, but at her serious best as well. And the characters are so much fun. I really enjoyed seeing the interaction of an older version of the character and the younger version come together. And when you find out about the person that she is falling in love with and what actually happens in the future, it's this beautiful moment. And when the younger one comes to the realization of what, like, the importance of this person in their life, no matter what happens in the future, it's just beautiful to see. Cinematography was great. Score was fantastic. I really, really, really enjoyed this film quite a lot. Number 9, My Old Ass. Number 8, Transformers 1. Now, this was the Transformers movie we had been asking for. The origin story of Orion Pax, who becomes Optimus Prime, and D16, who becomes Megatron. This movie was fantastic. Absolute fantastic. Best Transformers movie I have ever seen. I loved this movie so freaking much. The characters are fantastic, man. The relationship between Megatron and Optimus Prime before they become those characters was fantastic to watch the rise and fall of them. The twists and turns, the story itself is fantastic. The animation is simply stunning. It is beautiful, gorgeous to watch. The score is fantastic. The moment he becomes Optimus Prime, one of the most badass moments in Transformers. I had an absolute blast with this film. I have watched this film multiple times at home on Paramount Plus. I just thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And yeah, just fantastic. So for me, number 8, Transformers 1. Number 7, Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, come on, guys. This was everything we wanted it to be. You got Wolverine. You got Deadpool. The two characters we have been waiting to see come face to face. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, the greatest, friendship beef of all time online onto the main screen. The interactions were fantastic. I thought the characters were absolutely superb. There's a lot of meaning and deep themes running through their characters that interact with each other that I thought was fantastic. The development, the arcs, superb. The suits were fantastic. The cameos made sense. They had narrative purpose to them. It's as funny as it's ever been. The action is fantastic. It's bloody. It's gory. It is exactly what I wanted Deadpool and Wolverine to be, and more. And that opening sequence, freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. My favorite Deadpool movie. And yeah, it was just everything I wanted it to be and more. So number 7, Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 6, Jura 2, directed by Clint Eastwood. I just recently watched this movie on HBO Max, and holy moly, I really enjoyed this film and really love this film. Nicholas Hoult, if you ever had any doubts of Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor in the new Superman that's coming, watch this movie. I'm telling you, he is phenomenal. So freaking good. What I loved about this movie is I was watching it and I was like, oh, okay, so, typical person doing jury, they've been called to do that, they do that, and, they got to find these people guilty. And that's what I thought it was going to be. I was going to be like, oh, okay, so we're going to have to, come to a conclusion here, and this is going to be some sort of case that's going to be crazy. But when I tell you, I was not ready for the twist. I was not ready for the twist that was going to occur in this film. And once it happened, oh my man, it changed the dynamic of my viewing of this film. And I was just like thinking to myself as watching this, imagine if you were put in that situation. Like, what do you do? And I thought it was just directed brilliantly, cinematography great, acting superb, dialogue fantastic, story crazy good. Toni Collette is fantastic in this movie as well. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it. Fantastic. And this may be Clint Eastwood's final film, and what a film to go off at. So for me, it's here at number 6. Number 5, Sonic 3. Now, look, I don't care what anyone says. I'm a Sonic fan, and this movie, I never thought I'd ever see this movie. And as someone who is a huge Shadow fan, I never thought I'd see him on the big screen. And it was just, look, it's a Sonic movie. I don't expect it to be an Oscar-worthy film, but man, it was so much fun. It was everything as a Sonic fan I wanted to see, and much, much more. And look, I am a huge anime fan as well, and especially a Dragon Ball fan. And that final act, look, if you told me 5 years ago, and even before that, that I would see that fight happen, and then that team up happen, and that happen on the big screen, I would have laughed at you. It was like watching Dragon Ball. This is the closest thing I will ever get to a live action Dragon Ball film. This is the closest thing I will ever get, and it felt like it. I felt like I was watching Goku and Vegeta. It was freaking incredible. The action was superb, brilliant. The characters are fantastic. Sonic's character arc is great. Shadow's character arc is great. Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey at his best. Agent Stone has his own little character arc that I absolutely love. Knuckles, Tails, they're great. Everyone is great in this film. It delivered every single thing I wanted it to do and much, much more. I love the Sonic franchise. This is what we've been waiting for as video game adaptations, as movies. Sonic is leading the way, and for me, Sonic 3, I love this film so much, and it's going to be one that I've seen it twice already in theaters, and I plan on seeing it again. So for me, it's number 5. Number 4, Alien Romulus. I freaking love this movie. As someone who loves the Alien franchise, Aliens is my second favorite film of all time. What I love is Fede Alvarez understood what Alien was. And what he did is he took elements from every single movie that you see in the Alien franchise, and he put it all into this movie and made it work. This has been the best Alien movie since Aliens, in my opinion. The best movie since then. Cinematography-wise, fantastic. The horror that you feel throughout this whole entire film is so freaking good. It felt like vintage Alien when you watch Alien for the very first time. That was the feel I got here. I felt the dread. I felt like the inevitable end was coming for our characters. The atmosphere was unbelievable. You're on the edge of your seat the whole entire time. And then you get the ending, the final act. One of the creepiest things I'll ever see in my whole entire life. They did what Alien Resurrection didn't do really well. They did it really, really well here. The characters are great. The story is fantastic. And now I feel like Alien is back. I feel like the rebirth of Alien has come. And I'm so excited for the TV series now. And I can't wait just let Fede Alvarez continue. He gets Alien. He understands it, and you can tell in this movie. Score brilliant. Cinematography, fantastic. Number 4, Alien Romulus. Number 3, The Wild Robot. To me, the best animated film of the year, should win the Oscar for the best animated film and should be nominated for Best Picture. This movie, not only is it animated gorgeously, just stunning. The visuals are brilliant. The vibrant colors, the designs, everything flowed. It all felt organic. So freaking good when it comes out. The score is superb. The voice acting, brilliant. But it's the themes. It's the story. It's the characters. This is an emotional roller coaster of a robot finding purpose and then letting go of that purpose, letting that duckling go on its own. It was so freaking incredible, man. Just the story. And, as a father myself, it starts to hit me. This is the story I'm living right now with my kids. Watching them grow up, you want to protect them from everything out there. But then coming to a point in your life where you must realize, I have to let go and let them be themselves and discover the world, make mistakes themselves and learn from them. That's what this movie does so incredibly well. The importance of family and letting everyone go when it's time to go, but always being there to support them. It's just, I remember walking out of the theater after seeing it and going, wow, I'm moved by this movie. So for me, number 3, The Wild Robot. Number 2, We Live in Time. I was so close to putting this number 1. It was so close to being my number 1 movie of the year. This movie is absolutely incredible. Talk about pulling at the heartstrings. Talk about deep themes about life and time and how we don't have much time on this earth as we, believe we do, and how we should make every single moment count with the ones we love. It is brilliant. Like, the story itself is so deep, so rich. And, what I love is you can see from both sides of where both characters are coming from when they have to make this hard choice of what's going to happen in the future. And then the ice skating moment when she's on the other side. Oh, man, that broke me. That absolutely broke me. I was like, oh, my God. It's like the perfect metaphor for what they were trying to tell us, and it just hits you. The emotion, everything just floods and hits you at once. Andrew Garfield is superb. Florence Pugh, superb. Them two, the chemistry, it's just an incredible film. And for me, it was number 2. All right, so before we get to my number 1, honorable mentions. These were the ones that were very close to making my top 10, so let's get into it. So we have Furiosa, absolutely loved it. Gladiator 2, I don't care what anyone says, I enjoyed it, had a good time with it. Slingshot, really, really enjoyed the themes, the ideas, everything. A Complete Unknown, absolutely loved it. One of Timothy's best performances, if not his best performance. And then Civil War. Yes, I loved Civil War as well, so deal with it. Now, number 1, obviously Dune Part 2. I mean, this movie was just, my days, it's so freaking good. It is, it's just, I just watch it and I'm like, Denis Villeneuve just gets it. Just delivers on Dune Part 2 like none other. The story is incredible. And I haven't read the book, so this is my only experience in Dune. But the story is incredible. I loved watching the character of Paul Atreides and how he transitions from what you think is a hero to now understanding, is he really a hero? Or is he not? And the idea of a prophecy is not always a prophecy for salvation, but instead for something else. Loved all that. I thought Austin Butler was fantastic in this movie. That character is just scary, brilliant, and just whenever he's on screen, you felt that presence. And that fight sequence with Paul Atreides, beautiful. But it's that scene with Paul Atreides addressing everyone. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, Timothy, oh man, just unbelievable. Like, it's just, the action's superb, the visual effects are freaking stunning. You would have thought all this stuff was real, and this was actually happening in the real world. It's just visually stunning. The score is off the chart beautiful. I mean, we run out of words to describe how good Dune 2 it really is. And like some people say, this is the best movie they have seen in a long time. Like, some people are like putting this in their top 10 best films they've ever seen in their whole entire life. That's how good this film is. So for me, number 1, Dune Part 2. So there you have it. That is my top 10 best films of the year. I would like to hear yours, so let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts and where do you rank your movies? What is your top 10 list? Let me know down there. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.